Thank you so much for your love and support. And once again, we are back with another video tutorial. And today's topic is pod. So today's topic is container pods. So what is the container pods? So pod itself doesn't have any port. The port lives in the container inside the pod. The pod is just abstraction wrapper around the container networking and storage. Every pod gets one IP address from the cluster network, and all containers inside share that same IP address. But the actual listening happens only on the container ports if the ports or if the app bind it. So after that we'll learn about the expose of the port. But before that you need to understand the port is. So every app listen on a different port. So it's like from 0 to 65535 something, like you can google it. And for that, I am creating a YAML file pod.yaml, and I'll paste a file which I have created. So what this file does, this is the API version, the kind is pod, P capital and rest of is small, and name web app, and label is web app. Label is not required, then also okay, because we are creating a single app, single pod. So spec is a container. These are the container informations. So here is the port, HTTP and container ports. So 80 means it's the HTTP and 443 is the HTTPS. So I'll escape WQ. So I saved, and K apply -f pod. So pod is created. So K get pod -o wide. Why I'm putting -o wide? So you always keep practice -o wide, so that you don't waste time for having. So this is the fourth, and it is scheduled on the node 0. So what I will do, I will just create a temporary node. So I'll just paste this command, and here is the name of the pod is the curl box, and it's a removable, means after you will exit it will gone, and policy is never, and then sh. So I mean the log. Now what I will do, I will do wget and then -qo, it's a quiet mode, and http $192.168.1 dot, it's a 4, and :80 is the container port. What happened? Sorry, I forgot to write. So this is the thing you get. Now I'll 85. Oh, sorry. Uh, so it will show few lines. So now what I will do, I'll exit it, Control L, K get pod. I want to delete this pod, and now I will edit this pod, and I will remove these ports. Again the pod is created, the IP is 6. So I'll again this command. Earlier I also showed you one command, history. So it's a 7 number command. So if I'll write this and 7, so it will execute it. So this video, we earlier video we already covered how to use this exclamation mark. So few more topics, and every time we do a video, we find any issues or any new command or any new surprise, we'll create a video, so that you can, if someone is following our playlist, they can easily follow through. So no issue. And now we'll see URL, sorry, wget get and -q capital O -http :192.168.1, what was the 6 and :480. So you are seeing the output, means the container port is not mentioned, then also it will getting that port number 80. Okay, so because that Nginx application is listening on the port 80. Now I'll just delete pod web app, and now I'll edit that YAML file again, and now here I'll add container ports. So container ports is added, and now I want to change this container port to something like 8090. So I'll wq. So a apply -f pod.yaml. So pod is created. Once again I'll this pod IP is 8. Now I just wget -q and http 192.168.1.7 1.8:8090 and 8. So wget can connect. So what I will do, I will, yes, now we'll get the answer. So I'll exit this, Control L, and well, so what this written here is for metadata purpose and for the human readable things, not connection. Here the Nginx listen on the port number 80, so that port number 80 is connected. So whenever we are doing this appear for us, and it will if you define it with reference to this, then make sure it is good, because unnecessarily it may create confusion, because it will always return on the port number 80, because the application, so every application what is designed, you should have understanding of on which port it is listening, and then after the work will be done. So we have understood the container ports, and slowly and slowly we are building the base, because 5 minutes a day is not, I think it's a good time to give for our Kubernetes. So thank you so much for love and support, and in future video and from now onwards the topic will get interesting and interesting. So whatever we had spent our time on previous videos, well, you know that will make you easy to understand the complex topic. So thank you so much for your love and support once again.